But yeah, there's a weird thing about the eXp thing, because you kind of think, oh yeah, you're working, you're only working for yourself. No, far from it. I've never felt more part of a team.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean the eXp crew. I mean above and beyond that. Even like my wife now works with me. So when I first started, she had her own little cleaning business, which was going great. She was happy. But she's now joined me and working with me. I mentioned about the photographer who's part of the team. I mentioned about Peter, who's part of the team, the energy assessor. Got a fantastic conveyancer who's part of the team. She's employed, not by me. She's employed by her own employer, but we work together countless times. She's just brilliant, and I only turned to her because of the way she looked after me when I was doing my own house purchase. She was just exceptional, and she delivers that all the time now for all my clients. And I think that's important, because I think a lot of the time the difficulties that come with the transaction are probably not agent-led problems. They're probably conveyancing-led problems. So having the right conveyancer in your corner for that fight is definitely
that's
very,
a
very
massive
important.
asset. Yeah, it's a massive
Ginny,
asset.
sales progressor, phenomenal woman. Kept together more than I care to imagine. When I'm looking at it thinking, this ain't happening. This is just not happening.
Mate, I outsource my sales progression to the same people you do. I work with Kirsty there, whereas you work with Ginny. I spend less than 1% of my time worrying about sales progression because they look after it for me, and I've never had a client phone and say that something hasn't happened and not phoned them and had a perfectly legitimate reason for why certain things haven't happened. They pretty much either make the call I would have made in their shoes or a better call. And they know the questions to ask. The real telling questions to ask. Because I think, again, going back to nothing more frustrating in my mind, you work hard in an estate agency listing a property. I'm thinking now like an employed role. You work hard in an employed role, you list the property, you get viewings, you get an offer, you get it sold, you get it in the pipeline. And poor old experienced sales manager, who's probably got the most years experience in the office, is challenged with sales progression. But has never worked in a conveyancing office, but has done lots of conveyancing progression, sales progression. But sometimes you've got to wonder whether a call to say, is there any update this week, is as pertinent as that call saying, right, okay, last week you told me this week you said you might be at this point, where are we actually at? From somebody, I'm lucky that the person I work with very closely was a conveyancing solicitor for 15 years. There's no pulling the wool over her eyes. If the solicitor is sending her down a dark track, woe behold that solicitor, because she'll find out. She'll come back and she'll jump on you. And it's all for the good of the client.